You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area.
This local forecast is brought to you by Icebug Swedish Traction Footwear. Keep your grip with Icebug.
Well, this force of nature begins in Turkey. Roofs ripped off buildings as stormy winds hit northwestern parts of the country on Thursday. Roof flies off the building, lands on the ground almost intact. Now, Turkey has been grappling with severe storms and strong winds since Thursday morning, causing significant damage across Istanbul and neighboring provinces. Adverse weather conditions, which intensified throughout the day, have disrupted daily life in multiple metropolitan districts. Compelling footage there of the rough conditions. Now, elsewhere, we've been seeing a tragic situation in the Philippines. The death toll from a landfill collapse in central parts of the country has risen to 4. Officials said on Saturday as rescue efforts continued for dozens who remain missing. Drone footage shot on Saturday shows the landfill site in a central area. Now we head to in Australia, where firefighters have been working through poor visibility, tackling fires raging in an Australian town as a state of disaster was declared in Victoria during a heat wave. We see the crew on scene where dozens of structures were destroyed. And now we head to Alabama. Eastern parts of the state under severe thunderstorm warnings on Saturday. National Weather Service warning the storms could bring gusts up to 100 kilometers per hour with hail and brief and possible tornadoes for the region. And elsewhere, the flooding conditions in parts of Alabama with the stormy weather. A flash flood warning was issued in parts of the area. Here footage shows the flooding in Lincoln. Well, it's great to have you with us here at the Weather Network. I'm Matt Hamill, going to be filling in for Victoria for a while, and glad to be here with you. And some good news I can report on my debut here on the long-term fill-in for Victoria, which is we are looking at the temperature pattern quite favorable. However, as we get deeper into this coming work week, it does look like some colder air could splinter off into more eastern parts of the country. But for today, we'll enjoy these nice temperatures. And speaking of nice temperatures, quite the dramatic warm up in parts of Western Canada and the territories. Now, for areas like Burwash in the Yukon, we saw a temperature over the course of 14 hours go from -30 to +1. And I can do some quick math. A 31-degree improvement in 14 hours. My goodness. And areas like Fort McMurray also benefited from a pretty dramatic warm up there. About 27-degree improvement in a similar time span. Now, for areas like Whitehorse, we can see the favorable temperature pattern. Well, that looks to hang around for a good chunk of time in that 7-day forecast. So again, temperatures, got some good news there. Now we're seeing some warmer conditions into parts of Nova Scotia where we're dealing with mostly rain. For others, though, we'll have that kind of battle between the colder air and the warmer air, and that could lead to a freezing rain threat throughout the day for a good portion of Nova Scotia and to parts of PEI. And then ultimately we'll see that snowfall for others, and then gradually we'll shift the focus to Newfoundland overnight into our Monday morning, where the icy precipitation looks to be a big threat there. And for Newfoundland especially, widespread freezing rain in the forecast.
Plan ahead and stay safe with the best app built for our climates. Accuracy right in the heart of your neighborhood. Download Canadian.
Photos of a bizarre incident in Washington state on January 1st raised a lot of eyebrows when they were posted to social media. They showed a truck suspended nearly vertical over the road, held aloft by power lines. According to state troopers, weather conditions brought down trees and hydro poles across the highway. Then, when the 45-year-old driver of the truck encountered the downed power lines, they continued driving up the power lines. A post to X by a Washington State Patrol trooper stated that the power lines were difficult to see, which tangled up the truck to no fault of the driver. It took crews about 7 hours to get the truck and driver down and reopen the road. The driver was not injured.